The Kentucky couple who introduced the world to Kim Davis has finally prevailed in court. Now, this is a bit of a blast from the past, but according to reports, a federal jury has awarded $100,000 to David Ermold and David Moore. They are the couple who sued the former county clerk over her refusal to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. So this happened all the way back in 2015. Now, Davis is a former Rowan County clerk, and she had denied issuing this couple a marriage license because of her religious beliefs. She had this belief that marriage should only be between one man and one woman. Ah, yes. So I'm sure all of this is, the story is bringing back a lot of memories about this, because she did, after all, become a right-wing folk hero. She even ended up going to jail for a short time. In fact, a jury in Ashland, Kentucky, fast forward to now, had awarded Ermold and Moore each $50,000 after deliberating on Wednesday, according to lawyers for Davis. The second couple who sued, James Yates and Will Smith, not that Will Smith, were awarded no damages on Wednesday by U.S. District Judge David Bunning. Bunning had previously sent Davis to jail for 5 days after holding her in contempt. Again, back in 2015. She was released only after her staff issued the licenses on her behalf, but removed her name from the form. Kentucky state legislature later enacted a law removing the names of all county clerks from state marriage licenses, which I think is a cop-out in my opinion, but one that apparently helped her, and I guess any bigoted person who had a problem with same-sex marriage from same-sex couples. Now, Bunning ruled last year that Davis had violated the constitutional rights of the two couples. In the ruling, Bunning reasoned that David cannot use her own constitutional rights as a shield to violate the constitutional rights of others while performing her duties as an elected official. So that right there, I think, has a pretty significant effect on the First Amendment argument that the right is using to discriminate against LGBTQ plus people. Okay, again, she was an official. She didn't do her job, which again was to follow the Constitution and do these marriage licenses. This is not her signing off and giving a blessing to these marriages. Okay, this is signing a form saying, under the Constitution, you are legally entitled to these benefits through marriage. That's it. That's it. You were legally recognized as a married couple in the state of Kentucky. Nonetheless, Republicans, right-wingers, have been using the religious freedom argument to say, well, we don't have to do these things. We don't have to perform these services because they are against my religious beliefs. Well, now wait a minute. You've got the right to believe and practice whatever the hell you want, but you don't have the right to deny people their civil rights as a result of your beliefs. Other people do not share your religion. We do not consent to you being bound by the rules of a religion that we're not part of. That's not an agreement that we made. Okay, that nowhere in the Constitution does it say that. Okay, that by the way, this person has a religious belief that you, who do not believe in that religion, or maybe do believe in that religion, but are not part of that particular denomination or sect or whatever, you also have to follow their rules. No, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to follow their rules when I don't believe in those rules? And again, this is all having to do with, my personal choice to follow these rules, okay? It's ridiculous. Look, if your religion, for example, says wear headscarves, all power to you. You can wear as many headscarves as you want, wherever you want. I don't care. I'll fight for your right to do that. Fine. But if you start saying, because I have to wear a headscarf, so do you, no, I don't accept that, and I will fight against you on that in the court. I will fight against that if you try to use your religion to deny people housing or healthcare benefits or freedom of speech, which they do have, and freedom of their own religion. Basically, at the end of the day, your religious beliefs begin and end with you. And that's what the Constitution says. Okay? That's why there is an establishment clause. Now, if you think being gay is a sin, I think you're wrong. But you can think that. Maybe I'll try to change your mind. But at the end of the day, if I can't, I can't. You can still think that. But at the same time, you cannot use that personal belief to deny people the rights that they are due under the Constitution. That's the difference here. So that said, Matt Staver, founder of the Liberty Counsel, was not happy with this. He represented Davis in the case, said in a release on Wednesday that, quote, they look forward to appealing this decision and taking the case to the Supreme Court. Now, wait a minute. They already tried to do that. The highly conservative Supreme Court had rejected an appeal from Davis's lawyers back in 2020. Now, if the highly conservative Supreme Court wasn't interested in hearing the case now, or hearing the case then, I don't know if they'll be interested now. That said, things might be a little different. I mean, they have ruled on some cases where you could, that do allow now the discrimination against gay couples. And I'm specifically citing the 303 Creative versus Alanis case. Now, that case was based on a hypothetical situation where somebody may want to design a website, for weddings, but what if I get asked by a gay person? Well, Colorado says you can't ban that, or you can't discriminate against people. So, no, I don't want to run afoul of the law, even though I'm not actually doing that and didn't actually run afoul of the law. I'm going to sue anyway. So that's what happened there. That said, the difference there is Colorado had already passed a law saying you can't discriminate, and this is private businesses versus a government service. And so right now, because of Obergefell, the government cannot deny same-sex marriage. They just can't. Now, I do have a fear, and I think it's legitimate here, that you could have this appeal that could end up leading to a challenge to Obergefell. Certainly, I believe that this is what the far right is hoping would happen, but I don't know for now. And that is a pretty frightening possibility if the Supreme Court takes it up. Don't know if that's going to happen. So for now, we'll take the win and just got to warn everybody, just please, keep a wary eye out for what could happen next. I certainly will.